When you look at an industrial floor, the sheer volume of noise, kinetic energy, and a heavy forklift moving past a worker can feel overwhelming. But this space operates on a strict, invisible set of rules, and the stakes for breaking them are absolute. A single failure results in irreversible human injury. For the facility itself, that same failure triggers severe financial liabilities and legal penalties that can permanently shut the operation down. These rules do not rely on instinct or common sense. As we see on this sign for the International Labor Office, industrial safety is built upon complex global conventions that dictate the baseline for occupational health worldwide. Regional authorities take those international standards and enforce them with rigid local laws. Facilities are mandated to establish dedicated safety committees, conduct precise occupational health checks, and maintain strict compliance records. The legal burden extends directly to the individual worker. Employees are legally bound to follow safety instructions. Tampering with protective equipment or ignoring safety protocols is a direct violation of the law. Translating these legal theories into survival requires a highly practical skill. You have to actively read the physical space around you through continuous visual scanning. The first step in reading the environment is analyzing the floor plan. A properly designed facility physically separates human pathways from heavy machinery, establishing designated safe zones and clearly defined hazard areas. The hierarchy of controls dictates risk management. At the top, complete elimination or substitution of a hazard. Next, engineering controls physically isolate workers using barriers or ventilation. Finally, administrative controls govern human behavior by mapping restricted routes and enforcing strict schedule rotations. Physical barriers and painted lines cannot anticipate every variable on a factory floor. When these environmental measures fall short, workers need a way to instantly recognize invisible threats. Environmental design controls the machines, but human beings require explicit, immediate instructions to react safely. That demands a universal visual language. Safety signs serve as the translation layer between an invisible administrative rule and a life-saving physical action. On this chart, a red circle indicates a prohibition, halting dangerous behavior. A yellow triangle is a warning of hazards like toxic materials. A blue circle makes actions mandatory, like wearing safety boots. Finally, green and red rectangles guide emergency responses. Ignoring these shapes is a failure to read the room. They are the environment's direct instructions on how to survive the very next step you take. When environmental safety measures fail, you reach the absolute bottom of the hierarchy of controls. Personal protective equipment, like locking a heavy-duty face shield into place against flying sparks, is your final, fragile barrier. This text outlines the strict legal duties placed on employers. They must supply equipment that is appropriate for the risk, ergonomic, fully compatible with other gear, and provided entirely without cost to the worker. PPE carries a severe vulnerability. It operates on the principle of failing to danger. If a mask fits incorrectly or a strap breaks, the protection vanishes instantly, leaving the worker completely exposed to the hazard. This dynamic shifts the survival strategy from maintaining a safe place through environmental design to relying on a safe person. It constantly tests the worker's competence and their discipline in wearing that gear correctly every single day. To prevent this regulatory system from degrading, facilities implement active monitoring. Supervisors conduct continuous safety tours, run routine inspections, and log hazard reports to catch minor failures before they cause injury. A safe workplace is a deliberate, continuous loop. It requires scanning the physical environment, decoding the visual warnings, wearing the final layer of armor. That is how a facility ensures everyone returns home safely.